What is the history of religious acceptance of LGBTQ+ in Christianity? Have you ever wondered how Christianity has viewed LGBTQ+ identities over the years? The journey of acceptance within Christianity is quite intricate and has changed significantly throughout history. In the early days of Christianity, around the 2nd century of the Common Era, influential leaders known as the Church Fathers began to shape teachings on human sexuality. They combined Jewish traditions with new ideas, suggesting that all sexual desire was sinful. This marked a shift from earlier views that saw sexual activity as natural and enjoyable. One key figure, Augustine of Hippo, expanded on these ideas, framing lust as a flaw inherited from the story of Adam and Eve. While procreation was seen as necessary, sexual acts outside of this purpose were often condemned. This created a foundation for how later Christian views on sexuality developed. For many centuries, this framework meant that non-heteronormative sexualities were generally viewed negatively. However, attitudes were not uniform and varied by time, place, and denomination. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, when significant changes began to take place in some Christian communities. The rise of LGBTQ+ advocacy started to intersect with religious life, leading to the formation of organizations like Dignity in 1969. This group was created by a Catholic priest to support gay and lesbian Catholics, aiming to reconcile LGBTQ+ identities with Catholic faith. Protestant denominations also showed varying degrees of acceptance. In the 1970s, groups like the Presbyterian Gay Caucus and Lutherans concerned for gay people emerged to promote tolerance within their churches. Some denominations even passed resolutions affirming the rights of homosexual individuals, although full inclusion in clergy roles was often not endorsed right away. The United Church of Christ was one of the first mainstream Christian groups to formally recognize LGBTQ+ clergy and laity. They passed resolutions in the 1970s that supported discussions on human sexuality and inclusion. This led to the ordination of openly gay ministers, marking a significant step toward acceptance. Despite these advancements, many major Christian denominations, such as the Roman Catholic Church, have maintained traditional teachings that view homosexual acts as morally wrong. However, there has been a growing call for compassion and pastoral care, especially in response to the AIDS crisis and increased social awareness. The intersection of LGBTQ+ identities and spirituality continues to reflect ongoing tension and dialogue. Many LGBTQ+ Christians are seeking ways to integrate their faith and identity. They challenge traditional interpretations and advocate for inclusive theology that affirms diverse sexual orientations and gender identities. This includes ministries and support groups within churches, as well as theological scholarship that re-examines scriptural texts. In summary, the history of LGBTQ+ acceptance in Christianity has evolved from early views that framed sexuality as sinful to a more gradual movement toward inclusion in recent decades. This evolution is ongoing, reflecting broader cultural shifts and the efforts of LGBTQ+ believers to find spiritual affirmation within their faith traditions.